Good morning, everybody. We are on another adventure today. Today we got to get bearings from IBT because, you know, we're rebuilding a diff for Steve, which is part of that ship a diff service where I completely go through them, place all the bearings, all the seals. Is available on RwdyAudi.com. You guys can get it from everything from a basic OEM rebuild. You can get everything from a basic OEM rebuild all the way up through a performance build, which is packaged with a Traction Concepts LSD. There are race packages in the development right now. If you're interested to know when that comes available, you guys can go on RwdyAudi.com and actually sign up for the mailing list and get notified of all the new products as they become available for you. We got the go-ahead to identify where the leak is coming from under the intake. More than likely, I think he's gonna just replace a whole bunch of bits, mostly because will be the second time that we've, underneath the intake manifold, I have a coolant issue, and he doesn't want to have to do it again. All right, guys, I'm challenging you here. Get down in the comment section. It's the one single restaurant that you will go out of your way to get their French fries from. Rally's, it's mine. These things are freaking amazing, and this is the size they sell. Oh my gosh, I call this up fry lovers. Absolutely amazing. All right, well, we got the first couple bearings that we needed. These are for the pinion gear that's inside of there. This is one half of it. I'm waiting on the cup side, but this is one of them. These things have almost tripled in price. It's a bearing. It's not like anything, oh my gosh. But it's one of those mechanical bits inside of something that no one really thinks about and doesn't understand why it costs this much, because inflation is real. Time to do it. 3 hours of labor just to get to that bearing. Stuff adds up real quick. And yeah, it's just part of life. So anyway, we got a really nice road out here on this side of O'Fallon called Highway P. And the camera's probably gonna die before we get to it, but it's an amazing road. I'll film some of it. It's got some really nice like downhill type rights and then sweeping left-handers. You can carry about 80 miles an hour on this road if you wanted to, like set the cruise control and roll. There's like a couple spots where you're like, I might want to lift a little bit. But other than that, it's just a nice type of thing. So finally made it to the farm and all, but I need to get this intake manifold off. Coolant leak is coming from the coolant distribution module slash water pump slash thermostat slash ECT sensor mount slash I forget what the crossover tube that also bolts to it, but there's a lot of stuff down inside there that attaches to it that could be leak. First things first, we need to get that stuff off and that stuff off. So let's cut to a quick montage here. I want to take a quick poll. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of montage? I see both sides of the coin, where some may like them and then there's some people that might not like them. At the same time, but when I was doing my DIYs, I always did at the beginning I walked you through, and at the end I just here's a lapse of everything, because we all learn different ways. I'm curious, humor me here. Let me know in the comment section below, do you guys prefer, you know, time-lapse montages when we're doing basic fixes like this, when we're doing diagnostic work like this, or do you prefer like me to walk through step by step of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it? All right, guys, well, I think we might have found the leak. I'm gonna send you guys down into the abyss down there and I'll walk you through what's going on. So shh, it's like an episode of Magic School Bus here. I'm seeing initially right here is liquid right there. This is a crossover tube that runs back to the heater core line. Right now I'm only seeing coolant come out there. I've got it right now at almost 25 pounds of pressure, and it is starting to leak. I'm gonna let it sit and do this for a little bit longer, just, you know, see if anything else develops. But if that's the only leak, then we're probably as simple as an O-ring fix away, which is a 5-cent part, which makes this even funnier that 5-cent part is what's taking a poo. Meanwhile, Corey is wanting to replace everything down there, so I gotta ask him his thoughts. Does he wanna spend a few $100, or does he really wanna spend maybe like $5? So this is also one of those moments where like big name shops or just big company in general, they don't want to sell you a 5-cent part for even $10. They want to sell you 2 or 3 parts at you know, $80, $90 a piece, where the price margins are much greater. So I'm gonna look at this a little bit longer. I'm gonna keep the pressure going. We're gonna see what happens and see if any other leaks spring up, but I'm really glad I took this off and didn't just order a whole bunch of stuff. Some of you guys on Instagram, you know who you are. You guys are amazing. I put a post up about what to do with shifter things in here. I had a lot of responses to put this shifter straight up in the air. I'm gonna pop a picture in here of what's called remote shifter mounting. And some of the concepts that I seen, some of the ways they were mounting, one guy used the tie rod in, put the shifter up here, worked really well. Another guy used like a Heim joint on the base of it. So huge shout out to all you guys who sent me recommendations. I'm definitely gonna go that route. There are kits available for these remote mount shifters, which I do find interesting. I don't think I'm gonna go down that route because making a remote mount shifter is gonna be fairly easy, I do believe. I think we can attack this with a half-about, like, with a little bit of intelligence here. It's not crazy difficult. I mean, come on, we work on Audis. This is easy, right? I'm down to clown and we're gonna try it. I guess let's get to it and try to get some things mocked up. All right, well, I stand corrected. So I was making a Reels video for, you know, the gram, doing some things because we make things. At any rate, I stumbled across the fact that when I was down here filming this with my phone, I noticed that this leak was here, but that's from my angle. What I didn't notice was that coolant is traveling back up this line right here and comes into here. So the question now begs, is it the line that's leaking? Is it the plastic here that's broken and brittle and leaking? It's one of these two pieces. It's not this piece right here. I stand corrected, but depending on how I edit this, y'all never know. Cut to the part where I didn't come back and cut this out and put it in. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, well, we got the shifter in. I made it a little longer. It's still, no, ignore that bit. We got all of our gears. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse, we're in. Maybe have to give it a little bit more over there in reverse, maybe not, I don't know. Now I gotta figure out something here. So if you look at the picture from earlier that I popped up, all of them have some sort of base mounting point where they tilt and rotate. I'm thinking I'm gonna use a Heim joint. I don't know, we're just gonna keep going at this a little bit at a time here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in reverse. I don't have everything I need to kind of make this thing work in a way that, now that I kind of got a shifter in there, I kind of know a little bit more about the bits that I'm gonna want. We're gonna play with some things and kind of figure out what we can and maybe shouldn't do. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Audi, peace.